I found a Chaos Emerald.
Don't touch it!
What? What's this?
So yes, we have to fight this weird form of Iblis again, and it's no more as exciting as it was last time. This is my least favourite boss in the game. It's just tedious. Again, the only two good things that come from this fight are the cool little jump that you do. I wouldn't say little, that cool jump that you do whenever you hit Iblis, and the music. Otherwise, I don't really like this boss. Okay, round 2. So, I'm going to be cutting into this, so pretty much it's exactly the same as what we were doing with Sonic. And you just got to hope that Shadow's homing attack defies gravity, allowing you to get up there. You see, he's probably not going to shoot. He's probably going to shoot the rocks now that I don't have any rings. Okay, he's not. So, just abuse your invincibility frames. Let's try and make sure I jump here on time this time around. And make sure that Shadow actually homing attacked into him. Right. Again, love the music, love that jump. But otherwise, this fight is just boring. It's pretty much a waiting game. Even if you abuse your invincibility frames, a good chunk of it is still a waiting game. Thankfully, when he does that, you can speed the process up a bit. What's supposed to just be a simple dive attack onto you, you can shorten it if you are able to reach the sphere on time. But other than that, this fight is exactly the same as Sonic's. It's just as boring. I still don't know why Iblis is in this form. Okay, yeah, he's going to do the dive again. As far as I'm aware, when he dives, there will never be any rocks appear, so you don't have any fear of that. And now we get to the slightly more difficult part, but you know, it's nothing. I don't know why he needs to bring more of those down. They just land right on top of the old ones. So this is the one where Iblis will charge at us. This is why I prefer to just wait here. Let me attack away from the rocks. Or fall down in the gap and get hurt anyway. Come on, Iblis. There we go. There's a good boy. There's a good monster. Now he just waits. And I fell down the gap again. I need rings. I want rings. Rings! So now he's going to try and destroy the platforms. I can never really be sure where he appears. I think he always does stop in the same place. So, yeah, if you just wait by the side, you should be okay. And that's it. Just as dull and as unexciting as it was before. Thankfully, we still have to face that thing for both Sonic and Shadow's boss attacks, but there's no more fighting Iblis in story mode. Yay! See how much faster it can be when you abuse your invincibility frames? But Shadow's story is quite boss heavy, particularly in the first half. Because, well, the next time we play a Shadow is a boss fight, and we just had one. But just before we do that, we have one other character to play as. Her name is Rouge. So let's go back to the present day. If it isn't obvious at this point, I'm running out of commentary.
Chaos Control!
Yeah, just drop the emerald.
Shadow. Shadow. Shadow? And he doesn't have a Chaos Emerald anymore.
Agent Rouge, report your status immediately. Have you retrieved the Book of Darkness?
Well, I'll provide a full report shortly. Right now, I have a priority situation to deal with. I need to contact E123 Omega immediately.
That lighting. Oh look, we didn't have to go through any hub worlds. 3 stages in a row, and we guess we're taken straight to the stage. So for some reason, Rouge doesn't have to go through the hub world. I don't know why, but now we're taken straight to Tropical Jungle, which is in the exact same area as Silver. And if you thought that we could finish Silver's stage quickly, well, we're now in control of Rouge. And you can finish this stage so quickly that it is actually possible to get an S rank on time bonus alone. I like those birds. I never noticed those. But yeah, if you're fast enough, it is possible to get an S rank on time bonus alone. The full 50,000. You've got to be really quick. I wouldn't exactly say it's easy to get the time bonus on S rank alone, but it is very possible to do. Whoa, I don't know what was happening there. Right, then that laser gate's not going to block our path. Please don't kill me. Can I kill them first? Oh, still one more. Not a single one of those hit her. Come on. Rouge. See, that's it. That is it. 1 minute 4. That's already slow. Look at that time bonus. That's like the easiest S rank in the entire game. How long did they expect you to be here? But we're here, and now it's time to meet up with Omega, who you're probably going to notice has had quite a voice change since the previous games. You know, he had different voice actors between Heroes and Shadow the Hedgehog, but they both sounded very similar to each other. That's not the case here. He does sound pretty different, and unfortunately, he also makes robotic noises for every single one of his movements, which gets very annoying.
This is a charming little place. Hi, long time no see.
That's the last time we have to hear that.
Rouge the Bat. Situation understood. What would you like me to do?
Take this and deliver it to Shadow.
System reactivation countdown initiated. Backup power source. Spare magazine secured. Command program priority changed. New mission, shadow support. External access no longer permitted. Confirmed.
I'm counting on you.
Don't you need 2 Chaos Emeralds to time travel?
So, decided to void your return ticket now, did you?
Why are you here? Did you ruin this world?
The answer's yes and no. Perhaps it's better to show you. Yes, that's you. After the world was devastated by Iblis's flames, what do you think happened? A search for the guilty. Who did this, you may ask? Humanity wasn't just jealous of your power, they feared it. They used this incident as an excuse to hunt you down. Come with me, Shadow. Let us punish this foolish world of humanity. It's only fair to give back what was intended for you. You have every right to want justice.
That's absurd. Whatever it is you want to do, you can do it alone.
You forgive humanity this folly, then?
I determine my own destiny.
So now Mephiles has changed his appearance. He has the more crystal-looking form. Although, you'd think by the story that Mephiles was actually talking to Silver after doing this, because, you know, it's right before Radical Train. But apparently not. Apparently, he changes back to his original form. He is capable of switching forms, apparently. But again, it's what he does here. Okay, Mephiles. Mephiles Phase 1, to be precise. Not very interesting fights, very simple. Props for the spooky music. But this is all we're doing. We're heading attacking all of these little mini things he's created, which very slowly fills up the action gauge. And I mean it is slow. They will grab a hold of Shadow, which despite his movements, they have no animations whatsoever. One thing that does have a pretty cool animation though is Shadow's shadow is actually Mephiles. When you're on the floor, it is now Mephiles. But in order to get Mephiles to appear, we need to go into our chaos. We need to go into our little chaos powers. So we need to fill up the action gauge in its entirety, and that requires heavy attacking on a lot of these guys. They don't fill up your points or anything. Unfortunately, when they all do try and dogpile you, once there's a certain number on top of Shadow, they will cause an explosion, and because you can't shake them off in any way whatsoever, they will end up... Oh, okay, there is actually a use for that. They will just explode, and thankfully the meter is now full, Mephiles is out. Fortunately, we still have to try and avoid all of these guys and find Mephiles. And then all we need to do is just keep using our breakdance and try and actually reach him. And we can take care of him really quickly. But sadly, that's not the end. If you think that was simple, this is actually a two-part boss.
Omega.
Worst shot ever.
Now is designated time. I shall assist.
Yes, the second part of Phase 2 of Mephiles Phase 1, you actually play as Omega. Omega is the only character in the entire game, DLC or not, where you actually have to, who actually faces a boss. The only Amigo character in the entire game. Hopefully this bit doesn't require you to do any annoying, there's no chaos meter to fill up, so you can do this much faster. We'll be taking control of Omega later, so I'll get more into what Omega can do later on, because at the moment we're pretty much just shooting him. Just shooting Mephiles. This is where I'm going to get dogpile. When that glow appears, it's when they're going to explode. There's no way of avoiding that. Where's Mephiles? I can't even see him. There he is. And this is all we need to do. Just keep shooting him, jump, you can shoot these powerful attacks. If you hold the button down when you're on the ground, you can also do a homing shot, which isn't really very useful, it's just going to target everything else. We will be getting more use out of Omega later on, but at the moment, you know, we're not doing much. Shadow's story probably makes the most use out of the Amigo characters. Now, we've already taken control of Rouge about 4 times. We still have 2 more times where we play as Omega. So, Shadow probably makes the best use out of the Amigo characters. Which, funnily enough, just like with Sonic's story, we are technically playing with Team Dark from Sonic Heroes. And yes, when Mephiles goes into his crystal form, he doesn't have any feet, which is kind of distracting. It already looks like he can't walk with proper balance. And now it becomes all the more apparent here. And this is how you see Omega's victory animation, although again, because there is no the D rank is impossible in boss fights, so the only way of seeing Omega's the only way of hearing Omega's D rank quote is via a certain ability we can make use of later on in a stage where you're not supposed to finish as Omega, but it's perfectly possible to do so. Because Omega has an ability that you can absolutely break the game in all sorts of interesting ways, and we'll be getting more into that later on. I'm not going to make proper use out of it during the main story, but we'll get proper use out of it later on. Just like that.
Mephiles!
It appears Mephiles is no longer here. I will assist in pursuing him.
Meet up with Rouge at the warehouse district. Simple as that. So yes, Mephiles has escaped once again. We've done through 5 levels, so what do you think the next level we have to do is? Oh look, silver medal. We now know where that is. And that can be another thing. When you're in the hub world and there are other characters around, it is possible when you're trying to homing attack, because obviously that's the fastest way of getting anywhere. It is perfectly possible, you can very much just homing attack into your Amigo characters and they'll slow you down. especially at the end when they're both with you.
Hi. It seems like Eggman's machines are looking for you. What did you do this time?
Nothing. Their target is probably Mephiles.
What is Eggman up to? Who is Mephiles?
I'm gonna ask him directly.
Hey, wait a sec.
I can handle this alone. You keep track of Mephiles.
He finally shows up again, and then he leaves before even saying hello. Well, it seems his little trip hasn't changed him. This is Rouge, GUNHQ? Yes. Pull all available data on an item called the Scepter of Darkness for me.
Yes, it's Radical Train once again, level 666. But we're going to end things off there for now. So we will be heading into Radical Train and fighting a certain pothead once again next time on Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. See you guys then.